Here is something that is going to create controversy, but I am absolutely here for. I believe that ethical, sustainable clothing does not exist, especially in America. And let me explain why. This semester, I am taking a class in supply management and sourcing. About 2 weeks ago, we were given an assignment to put together 5 outfits that were only solely American based. Everything, the process, the knitting, the fabrics, everything. From the get-go, this assignment sounded easy, but when I tell you that it took me more than 4 hours to assemble just these 5 outfits, you would not believe me. The rules to this were, it had to be a business casual outfit, something that you would actually wear to a business casual event. It had to be a complete full look, not just a dress with no shoes, not just a shirt and pants. It had to have everything, plus accessories. Again, everything American based. I completed this assignment successfully, and in the end, I discovered a few things. 1. Wearing only American-based clothes is an expensive lifestyle. For just 5 complete outfits, my budget maxed to $4,000. Now, in my real life, this could never be me. Because just imagine having a full closet of American-based clothes. Money has to be going on trees at some point. Not only were these clothes expensive, it was extremely hard to find clothes that fit the modern day classification of business casual. A lot of clothes were artistic, vintage, or even not casual at all. For shoes, they were mostly boots, and I mean work boots. Where are you gonna wear that? Heels, too hard to find. Most of the shoes were wood shoes. Imagine the summer heat. When I hear people bash fast fashion, I almost want to laugh because it sounds so hypocritical. People don't realize that most of the clothes they have on their back are not made in their own country for the same reasons that they're bashing fast fashion for. That is cheap labor, child labor, overworking of employees, harsh environment, who knows what. But have you ever stopped to think why your clothes say a different tag? Made in China, Indonesia, India, who knows where? People are so blindsided when it comes to price tags just because fast fashion prices its clothes at $3 and some brand is pricing at $50. It's any better. It's the same shit with a higher price tag. Shein is just honest enough to say it. I also believe Americans are just beyond this era. I grew up in Uganda and it is absolutely easy to access a tailor. For even just a button, a hem, you name it. In America, that cloth has to be worth something to require a tailor to fix it. America's definition of ethical, sustainable, efficient and effective clothes destruction translates to collecting all these clothes that are too big, too small, too old, worn out, don't like anymore, and dumping them in third world countries. Not only destroying their communities, but also their economies because you cannot compete with free.
Back in 2017, when Kenya wanted to ban importation of second-hand clothing, or mutumba as we call it here. So the logic behind this was a ban on mitumba meant the local textile industries would be revived. Other East African countries like Rwanda were also for this idea. Sadly, Kenya and other East African countries had to backtrack on this ambitious move. The US sent a lobby group to file a petition that would deny Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda duty-free access to the US market under the AGOA agreement. AGOA was initially created to bolster trade relations between the US and Africa. It was founded in 2000, and up to now, Kenya is among the countries that have benefited the most. So when the US threatened to withdraw AGOA eligibility, Kenya had to withdraw the ban on mitumba importation because all those people at EPZ in Athi River would have lost their jobs. The problem with this agreement is a large chunk of what is imported in Kenya as second-hand clothing goes to the landfill. Not everything is the good quality we see on Instagram thrift shops. We have quite a number of NGOs focusing on recycling and upcycling to help alleviate this problem, even if it's just on a small scale.
I grew up in Uganda, countries one of which this same problem has happened. Locals tried to make the best of this situation and take the clothes and sell them at a small price and try to make a profit off of them. People like missionaries, tourists walk into poor communities and hand out loads and loads of free stuff. I can see how you're trying to help, but it's not helping. Matter of fact, you're making the situation worse. Because now this mom who is trying to sell these clothes at a very small price so that they can get something for their kids does not have a job anymore, because again, you cannot compete with free. While you have created short-term happiness for the people that you've given free stuff to, you have created a long-term problem. You have knowingly or not, on purpose or accidentally, unemployed people in that community. And unless you're gonna constantly give out free things in the same village to the same people every single time, forever, which is also not good, you have made someone else's life harder than it originally was. So next time you brag about the ethical and sustainability livelihood, tell me about those countries that suffer the consequences. Is it still ethical? Is it sustainable? I don't know.